Hey bourbon fans, I'm Tim the Suburban Dad. Today I want to dive in a little bit deeper about why having store picks is so much better than just the regular old bottles. So let's get to it. Today we'll be sampling two different bottles of Old Forester, both at 100 proof. We got the good old red label, orange, red, whatever. 100 proof screw top lid, and we've got a very special store pick single barrel that's been watered down to 100 proof. Now, before you get all upset and start angrily typing at me in the comments, I realize that these bottles are on different levels. This one's about 25 bucks. This one is about 60 bucks, 70 bucks. So obviously they're not quite in the same league, but they're both Old Forester, they're both 100 proof. I definitely expect this one to be awesome. This one is really good, but this one I expect to blow it out of the water. We'll see. Now these are both brand new bottles, but I've had the red label before. So I'm going to dive into that one first. Let's go ahead and pour that one. And I'll go ahead and open this one as well. So this single barrel pick is a collaboration between the Gateway City Whiskey Society here in St. Louis and Lebanon Wine and Spirits. Thank you to Bobby, who is a fantastic guy and an awesome liquor store owner. Just very, very generous with what he does for our group, and he always keeps things fair. So, quality guys, check out his store. He's got Glen Mart, which is in Glen Carbon, and he's also got Lebanon Wine and Spirits, which has a little bit more of a selection. Both great stores. So let's go ahead and open this one. This has got an awesome sticker in the back. 3 St. Louis Cardinals baseball players, Adam Wainwright, Albert Pujols, and Yadi Molina. And there's also a gal in there, Jackie Zykan. She's the former master blender at Old Forester, Brown-Forman. And this is called the farewell barrel because all 3 of these players are retiring at the end of this year, supposedly. And Amy has moved on to bigger and better things from Brown-Forman. So this is one of the last few barrels that she helped do a pick for. So pretty special. And right now in St. Louis, I'm not a huge sports guy at all, but it's pretty exciting here in St. Louis these days. Albert Pujols is at the time of me recording this video, he just hit his 695th home run. Pretty awesome. All right, so we got 200 proof pours here. Let's start with the screw top daily sipper. Right in the nose, some sweetness and fruit. Yeah, sweet, a little bit of cherry, definitely some mild oak in there, very pleasant. It's a very inviting nose, so it's not really no alcohol burn at all, which is fantastic, especially even at 100 proof, you can get that sometimes. So fruit, like a red berry, cherry type nose to it. Okay, a little bit of, maybe a hint of baking spice in there. Let's take a sip. First of all, color. It's like a honey color to it. Comparatively, fairly similar. The right one's a little darker, a little richer looking, but not terribly far off. Okay. Okay, first sip. Get my palate acquainted. On the front, lots of honey, sweet. It opens up to be a little bit more fruity, very bright in the middle, and it's got quite a lasting flavor to it, nice finish. It's a very long-lasting, fairly complex sipper for the price point. I mean, 25 bucks. I think this was more like 22, 23. Definitely honey, a little bit of oak, a little bit of baking spice. Just a nice, gentle, warming finish. Not quite a Kentucky hug, but a Kentucky pat on the shoulder. Okay. Solid bottle, especially for the price. I mean, it's fantastic. This would be easily worth 40 bucks, in my opinion, easily. Try and cleanse my palate a little bit before the next bottle. All right, so this one, oh, wow. Okay, so on the nose, again, very inviting, very gentle and friendly. Way more caramel to this one on the nose. Again, this is my very first experience with this bottle, so brand new. Again, it's a store pick, limited time only. You're not going to ever get this same bottle again, especially if Brown-Forman is changing things now that Jackie is gone. Yeah, the oak is more subtle. There's not really much fruit. Still kind of sweet, but it's more like candy sweet, like caramel, maybe a little toffee. It just smells very pleasant. So let's have a sip. Okay, so the mouthfeel between these two. This one is way more velvety and rich. Same proof point, exactly at 100. This one is just very rich and just, I can't get away from the inviting pour. Just want to keep sipping it. Still get some of those honey notes. Way more caramel and vanilla though compared to this one. Both could appease my palate depending on my mood. Sometimes I'm in more of a fruity mood, sometimes I'm more caramel candy. Yeah, so this is more like honeyed fruits. This is more like honeyed caramel. Just a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice, not a ton there. Just very rich, nice. I'm gonna go back to the first one here. Yeah, so I definitely like the store pick way better. Again, this is solid, super solid, but coming back to this one from this one just tastes a little bit more wild, a little bit more rough on the palate. It's got just a little bit of alcohol burn to it compared to this one. This one just goes down smooth. Similar tasting notes though with that honey base. This one is just a little bit more rowdy. It's a little bit more ready to party than this one. This is more refined. Man, that's definitely good too. Coming back to the store pick. Again, that nose is just so nice. Really, it's rare that you get a nose that's so pleasant to where there's not that ethanol punch up your nose, but at the same time still complex and inviting. It's very rich, velvety. Yeah, very smooth. I hate using that term, but sometimes you just can't get away from it. It's just kind of rolls along your tongue. Here's something interesting though. This one has a decent finish. I would say the finish on this one is more noticeable, more pleasant than this one, interestingly. Would not have expected that. First thing right away on the tongue though, overall this is the winner for sure. I would say though, the finish on this, just a little bit more memorable, honestly. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this guided your thought process or maybe even your decision making a little bit when it comes to store picks. 9.9 times out of 10, if it's a reliable store that you know, or even most stores, generally speaking, are going to be better than just run-of-the-mill off-the-shelf bottles. Check them out. Try it for yourself. Let me know what you think. Definitely want to subscribe to the channel, keeping you up to date with fresh info. And until next time, cheers.